Keeping a close eye on both pro-life and pro-abortion legislation is Students for Life Action. They write up an annual report card breaking down the votes, legislation, co-sponsorships, and stances in defense of the preborn in the congressional cycle. A broad view of the pro-life stances for members of Congress across the U.S. is reflected in this map. 10 states with the most pro-life representative and state delegations got an A grade and are highlighted in blue. 12 states, shown in green, got a B average. Grades of C and D are shown in yellow and orange, respectively. And 22 states failed. Those are shown in red. Savannah Deretich, Government Affairs Coordinator for Students for Life Action, joins us now to go a little deeper into this report. Savannah, welcome. What prompted your team to develop this report card, and what kind of an impact has it had?
Absolutely. Thank you for that question. Thank you for having me on today. This report card is really important because, especially in today's day and age, a lot of people are scared to talk about the life issue and to stand up for, especially in government. It's a very polarizing issue, but it's something we need to stand up for, especially pro-life Republicans in government. And this report card helps to keep those Republicans accountable, because then they know that after we get their results from their votes, their co-sponsorships, we tell their constituents, here is how your representative or your senator voted. And then that helps keep them in check to be able to stand for life strongly, and to also to keep their constituents, to let them know that they are voting pro-life.
So now what does that look like? Do you have a team calling the congressional offices, or do you follow the votes virtually? How do you get that done?
Absolutely. So I am the person with the boots on the ground, so I watch votes as well as keep track of, we have platforms online where we keep track of votes for very key pieces of legislation like the Born Alive Protection Act, the Heartbeat Act, the Chemical Abortion, Ending Chemical Abortion Act. We keep track, whether that's online or through communicating in our relationships with offices, on co-sponsorships and votes. And we have a team that does that. And so we do that whether it's communications or looking online, because co-sponsorships and votes are publicly posted online.
Absolutely. Well, we'll talk about Republicans in a second. You mentioned them, but your report does blast the Democratic Party, giving the entire caucus an F grade. What is the leading cause of this grade, and has there been a shift from last year's report?
Great question. Yeah, it is utterly clear that the Democrat Party are very extreme and pro-abortion activists. They actually do not represent more than 9 in 10 of their constituents. More than 9 in 10 of the youth vote actually disagrees with the Democrats Party on abortion. They think there should be restrictions despite them being pro-abortion, and they disagree with the Biden administration's views on chemical abortion, getting rid of the safeguards. So it is clear the American people disagree with the Democrat Party, and the Democrats are not representing the American people when it comes to abortion. Some of the pieces of legislation that they voted on that are extreme, they voted against the Born Alive Protection Act in January. That is legislation that anyone should support. That is basically saying that babies that are born from a failed abortion should be treated as a patient. When they're outside the room, they're breathing, they're viable, and every single Democrat voted against it. So it is utterly clear that they are getting worse in their abortion extremism and not representing the American people.
And certainly why you gave them an F. Well, Republicans are often misrepresented as more pro-life, but this report shows the reality. Where are Republican representatives falling short?
Absolutely. Yeah, it is sad. Even though we do have strong pro-life Republicans in Congress, it's definitely dwindling, which is something that's why Students for Life Action has this report card. And that's why we engage on a very strong level, on a personal level, with offices and staff to make sure that they have the messaging, the resources to stay strong on the life issue, especially with media and the Democrats and all the polarization of the issue, especially the ballot initiatives and Roe being overturned. A lot of Republicans are getting scared, and they think it's a losing issue, when even though they may think it's a losing issue, they cannot stop talking about it. This isn't the right to life is the first and fundamental human right and if we don't have the right to life, no other rights exist. So it's important that we drill that into legislators to let them know that this is something they cannot back down on. And Republicans, I think, are getting nervous and squishy. So this is why it's so important that groups have these report cards and are actively communicating with offices to make sure that they do not get squishy in the issue.
Well, we're certainly glad that you're out there making sure that they don't welch. So take care, and we'll keep tracking this with you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.